Well, this is kind of interesting. I have never seen this campground empty before, but the road in is in terrible shape, and I would imagine that that is probably why nobody's down here, because it's just such a bad road. Even the two most popular campsites are open. These two campsites right in front of me border the lake, and everybody loves to get these two. So this is just nuts. I've never seen this campground empty. Not one person here. Unheard of. I mean, literally unheard of. So these are the two campsites that everybody wants. Actually, there's three of them now. It looks like they expanded it. One, two, and then on the other side of the trees is three. There's their picnic table up there. Let's go take a quick look. These trees have kind of grown in a little bit much, so they're getting to the point where they're blocking the view. But, I mean, this is one of the most fantastic campsites anywhere. So we have this marsh here, and out there, that's Horseshoe Lake. No fishing, or at least I've never caught a fish in it. And this here is a little peninsula that you can walk out. You can walk out to the point there and see the whole thing. That is just nuts. I have never seen this campground vacant. I cannot get over that. Here's the little swimming beach. And the water is fairly warm in here too, for a high mountain lake. But I will say that the road is absolutely the worst I have ever seen it. And so there are a bunch of campsites up in here too. It's kind of a good group area. I love that truck camper. Gets me everywhere. Okay. And this here's the way out. A couple of garbage cans. It's always handy. Windows have picked up a bit of dust. You do not want to come in here with a trailer. You'll get stuck. Interesting. You see this corner right here, almost every trailer that has come down here gets stuck, bound around that stump. Here's the outhouse over there. And that right there, that campsite, that's where the host always used to stay. I've stayed in this one here. And then there's a few little turnouts that you can go into and camp that are outside of the camp area. And there's our camp host in a van. Okay. So now we have to go a mile back out of here, and I'll just kind of show you some of the nasty road coming in. Here's a little swamp portion of the campground, and that's not connected to Horseshoe Lake, but that thing is a serious mosquito generator. Okay, so yeah, I bet most of the cars that come down here hit the rough parts of the road up ahead here, and then they just say the heck with this. So I'm glad I came down here. It's been a few years since I have been here, and I just love that campground. Okay, so we're coming up to our first nice big trench in the road. See how things are washed out here. Here's our first deep one. So we're going to try and straddle this. Then we've got this one over here. I think I'll come up the left side of it this time, but that's got a nice deep trench over on that. So I'm just going to come right on up here. But it's getting a little bit too tight over here, so I'm going to come over here and get up on this side of the gorge. Drive on out. See, a lot of cars would have some serious trouble with that. So you really kind of need to have something with a little bit of clearance right now. We just passed two of the campsites that are not part of the campground. Got a deep hole here. Okay. See this here, this is another one of the little turnouts you can use if the campground is full, you can go into that. However, there's nobody in the campground. A lot of trees that are fallen over blocking the road. So now we have another wash in the road here. Stay to the left. See, here's one of those little pull-out campsites that you can go to. Years ago, the unknown mechanic and I were camped up here at this lake, and we made friends with a nice young couple and their little kids, and we were hanging out at the campfire, and their little toddler, about 3 years old, fell into the fire and got severe burns on his hands and behind and backs of his legs. And so I had several ice wraps and ice packs that we gave them so their kid could have some relief as they had to take off, obviously, and get their boy to the hospital. But that was just a gut-wrenching thing to see that poor kid fall into the fire. I'm sure he was okay, but you just don't want that to happen. Okay, so we are coming out of here, and we're going to hit another wash here in a second. You gotta be mindful of the branches and trees overhead here too. I do not want to have any damage to the truck camper from overhanging branches. So there's a nice deep wash there, and we're just going to stay to the uphill side of that one. And then it's going to cross the road here. So I just got to kind of keep a close eye on what is. I have to go over this way. Made it through that one. And so this is by far the roughest I've ever seen this road. I don't think anyone's graded or taken care of this road in years. Alright, that's not good. Never good when your camper is rocking. Chains are all okay. I think I might need to adjust the right rear one. So let me go take a look at the right rear chain here for a second. Good. It's good. Okay, hold the camera here for a second. This one's a little loose too. Okay, that one's a little tighter than I can do by hand, so it's still good, so I'll just worry about that one later. Okay. Got my seatbelt on. Oh, there's a mosquito, but you know. Actually, there's not many around here. I was expecting more. All right, we are on the road again. This road you might actually call the beaten path. Okay, so we got deep ones on the right, and we're coming up to a deep one on the left. So I'm going to cross it right here. Okay, let's see. Some pretty good sized water pitches here, washouts. Just crossing the road up here. This one's not too bad. And we're going to stay to the left here. Watch out for that boulder that's protruding. So this is about the worst I've ever seen the roadway here. Very interesting. I'm surprised. All right, here's a deep one. We'll stay to the right here and cross the dip in a dip. There's firewood. You could collect that to burn if you want. A lot of fallen tree around here. There's another couple of good ones, right and left. I think I'll play this fairway to the left. This one is just plain nasty. I'll go to the right because there's a bunch of uncovered rock to the left I don't want to drive over. Don't need to go over any unnecessary sharp rocks if I don't have to. Yeah, not one vehicle. Okay, well, I think I will put the camera down. You obviously have the gist of it, that this road is in poor condition and that a regular car probably should not drive it. Truck, anything with some ground clearance will be fine. Okay, signing off. Let's take a look at the meadow here. Wet meadows are rare and fragile ecosystems. This meadow is special to many plants and animals, some pictured here. The small wildlife depend on the plants for survival. Yeah, one of the things is that over the 30 years that I've been coming through here, the trees have been growing in more and more and more, and the meadow slowly disappears as the trees take over. So there's kind of a line between managing it and keeping it a meadow or letting it run wild and turning into forest again. And if it is maintained as a meadow, then the deer and elk and other animals that can get all sorts of feeding from the meadow benefit, and the human eye can benefit from just the sheer beauty of this thing. And I don't know if I can see Mount Adams in the background here. And you can see Mount Adams way up yonder. But, unfortunately, I better get hopping here. The mosquitoes are on to me. Truck camper, love it. So when I was coming over the mountain road there, I hit a bump, kind of a dip in the road. I couldn't see it because the sunshine was in my face. But anyway, I pulled out the loops on my two rear turnbuckles. So I had to kind of make something that would hold the rear of the camper down. So I used about a 5" by 3/8 galvanized bolt and bent it to fit there. I hit some bumps on the road, and okay, so this here could be a problem. You can see the bulge in the side of the camper there, and I'm not sure exactly what is going on here, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that. But you can kind of see it here. But the camper, it's 25 years old, and it may just be time for old Jeff to get a newer, bigger camper. And over on this side here, this turnbuckle here popped out, so I was able to bend the hook back. And what I did to do that was I put it inside the loop here, inside the slot, and I could bend it this way, but not up down because the slot's long. But on the short side of the slot, I was able to get this in here and rebend the hook. And then I had to get a turnbuckle because it's got a loop on this side. So anyway, it's been a rough couple days on the truck camper. I still have to get a new cover for that, but this is sealed up and watertight. No bugs, creatures, anything are going to get in there. No water, and we'll go from there. Darn it! All right, let me get inside and tend to business. It's dinner time. In an attempt to make me feel better, I made myself a T-bone steak with some red pepper, sliced brown mushrooms, and an onion. And that is in a hickory smoked peach barbecue sauce. And then I added maybe a 1/4 cup of chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. So I'll show you what those are here real quick. Here is the adobo sauce, is Goya, so it just comes in that little can there. Chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, very yummy. And this is the sauce I got. Fred Meyer Kroger Private Selection Hickory Smoke Flavored Peach Sauce, Sweet Peach Barbecue Sauce. So it's pretty good. And there's my half onion. And there you see my fridge packed with goodies to last me a week. Okay, so it tastes pretty good. I gotta say, it's making me feel better, but I still have a lot of work to do on the camper. Okay, so there you go. When in doubt, chow it out.